Hi everybody, welcome to our 3 p.m. live on Networking Now India. Hi everyone, welcome to our 3 p.m. live on Networking Now India. I'll wait for a few people to log in before I get started. Hi everyone, welcome to our live 3 p.m. Networking Now India. Good to see all of you logging in. We'll get started soon. Hi to everyone. Hi Jugal, hi Ritika, hi Bubbles, hey Gayatri. Gayatri, I know how excited you are today to hear about Neha's journey with Swedish House Mafia, though we can't eat any at this point. Soon. Hi Tripti, hi Rutu. So today I'm talking to Neha Sethi, who is the founder of Swedish House Mafia. And of course, who doesn't know Swedish House Mafia? It's a delicious brand of cookies, goodies and desserts all over Mumbai, also in Bangalore now, and a few more places which we'll wait to hear from Neha herself. So to tell you a little bit about them, they started with a really exciting way. Actually, it's the most unique way I've heard that a brand has started. So I'm going to get Neha on board before she can tell you everything herself. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Good to see you.
I know. How are you?
Digitally and if not in person, but at least this is
Yeah.
great. How
Yes.
are you doing?
All well. I mean, the same as everyone else, I would think.
I know. How's the lockdown been for you?
I honestly, I feel like I haven't really felt it just because with two kids and work and schoolwork and newborn, it's just, I feel like I haven't had no time to myself. So I'm not
You
feeling it that.
haven't.
Yeah, and luckily our building is a little bit, relaxed in terms of letting us go downstairs, so it's not been
Yeah.
too bad. So we're getting
Okay,
some
that's
rest.
great. So you're getting some fresh air as well. But thank you for agreeing to be with us on our live today. I've had so many people message me saying, God, it's my favorite. And I can't wait to hear more about how you started. And of course, you know how much I love Swedish House. So I
You've
don't
been
have
one
to
of the
tell you.
original patrons.
Yes,
I
I
remember my
absolutely
frantic
love
call
it.
to you once, like the second week.
I love what you've created. So I'm excited to chat with you today about your business. So let's get started. I'm going to ask you a few questions. If anyone has
Okay.
questions, please leave them in the live, but I'll keep asking. So,
Okay.
Neha, of course, I know how you started, but I want everyone to know how you did start. So tell us a little bit about how Swedish House Mafia came together.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Swedish House Mafia is a cookie chain, cookie stores across they were in the city now. It's in Bangalore, Calcutta, and Pune. So we started in 2013. Actually, I did my undergrad in finance at Wharton Business School. So I did investment banking after that for a year at New York.
Yeah.
Decided I hate it. My family's convinced I shut down Bear Stearns and came back. It's my fault that it fell, apparently. So anyways, I did that for
Oops.
however long it lasted. And I came back, and I think after that, it was just, I figured out what I didn't want to do. You know how there's always a process of elimination.
Yeah.
So I studied something for 4 years, and I realized that's not what I want to do. So that sort of
Oh,
sucked.
God.
And
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry, she's gonna come say hi.
Hi. How sweet. Hi.
I see on my papa's phone you are and my mama and you.
Okay,
How
go,
cute.
go.
You can stay for the whole interview.
I figured this is, I can't do much about this.
This is too cute. Yeah, best.
She's
We
come
love
and
it.
said hi to everyone. Anyway,
How cute.
did investment banking for a year, came back, realized I don't want to do finance, was trying to figure out what to do. And in the meantime, I love baking. So I have a massive sweet tooth. I love sweets. I love dessert. I've always liked it since I was a child. And the thing is, my mom used to involve me in the kitchen during the dessert making process of any of the parties. So she's good at cooking. She's very good with experimenting. I feel like most of our moms are. So, apple pies and cheesecake and brownie and etc. etc. So she used to involve me in that. So I got a sort of foundation of baking since I was very young. So I got, you get the hang of it. So I knew how to bake, and I love desserts. So once I came back and I didn't know what I was doing, I just started baking. You see all these recipes and stuff. So I started baking and started distributing it because I can't eat all of it. So family, friends, etc., etc. And then at one dinner, I remember one of my friends, this was at Sassy Spoon, one of them was like, Neha, your stuff is so good, why don't you just send it down to the bottom of the road on a cycle and I will post it on my social media. I promise like 20 random people will buy your cookies. I said, what nonsense are you talking? He said, no, trust me. Now the thing is, he was quite active on social media back then. It was just picking up. Instagram was really not on the scene. It was Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, when you started, yeah.
Yeah, 2013, so 7 years ago. And I was like, I don't think so. He said, what's that? Like, what's the harm? So then on our way back, I was like, Gaurav, actually, that's not a bad idea because there's no investment. We already have a car, which was a wedding gift from our friends. I said, we can send it in the Nano. I'm baking 20 cookies. I'll just make 50. It's not a big deal. Let's just do this. So he said, yeah, if you're interested. I mean, he was like, go for it, because he also knew that I didn't know what I was doing. So it was a good way for me to occupy myself. And the whole plan was that I would send it out once in 2 weeks when I felt like it. The whole point was that it would be ad hoc whenever I felt like it. So no pressure, no compulsion, all that stuff. And so that's what we did. Akash, my partner, also basically he was very instrumental because he believed in me before I knew it. Like way back when, like I think 15 years ago, he's like, you must open a cupcake store. You are so good. He actually had after I got married to Gaurav, Akash was like, oh, I've already located a store for you. Let's rent it out and open it. I said, have you gone mad? Like, I've just done finance. I'm not going to open a cupcake store. You lost your mind. He said, one day you'll open the store and I will never talk to you. I said, okay, very good. That day is not happening. And lo and behold, day came. And I'm like, Akash, he was studying for his master's that time. I was like, oh, Akash, so this is what I'm thinking. And he was like, I knew it. You're doing it while I'm not
Where was your first store?
First store was at Lower Parel, but that was...
the one at Toady Mills.
Toady Mills, a year and a half after the Nano. So I spoke to him about the thing, and then he mentioned this name to me. I think Swedish House Mafia had just come and performed in Bombay, so that was fresh on everyone's mind. So he recommended this name, which we both loved. So that stuck. And then within a month of having that conversation with my friend, came up with a logo on PowerPoint, had this name, sent some cookies on the Nano. My friend, as promised, he put it on his social media and he told me to send it to a couple of bloggers, food bloggers back then. There weren't many. Sent it to them. They liked it. They posted about it. And it just took off. Like, that's pretty much it. That's how it started, because I think they posted about it and then the publication picked it up very quickly. Like, all this BPB and MITI and all of them picked it up within a couple of weeks of me starting off. And instead of doing it once in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 times in a week.
Way more often,
It picked up really quickly. Yeah. So that's how it started.
I remember those days actually. Because, and Neha, what really comes out in what you've just... I remember so clearly, and I remember nobody knew who you were for the first, I think, a good chunk of the whole thing.
Year and a half.
So even your brother and I were sitting on a table together, and he was like, Swedish House Mafia. I mean, I knew who it was, but it was just like a non-discussion.
I remember the one conversation I had very clearly with you. I was sending cupcakes out because initially the first 2 weeks was everything. And I called you, I was like, Shan, the cupcakes, I'm not happy with them. Don't buy them. And you're like, what's wrong with you? They taste perfect.
I think it's all like you started out the right way, and I think that, like you said, when even Akash told you let's open a store, but you were not convinced at that point. I think that everything worked out. If you hadn't taken the chance and really sent the cookies down, and look where you are today. So that's quite a journey. For anyone that's listening, you know that it doesn't have to be something pre-planned. It can just be on a whim and it gets started.
Seriously.
Yeah, and I remember very clearly in the early days a very big article about you, from Batman to baking or something, like how you were this elusive baker. Because nobody knew who you were. So when did you open your first store?
So the Nano went on for about a year and a half, and then we opened. The Nano started in April 2013, so exactly 7 years ago. And then the first store opened in September 2014, so about a year and a half later at Toady Mills, which is where our store is still. We just renovated it before the lockdown. So when things become better and people start moving out, if they start moving out, we'll be to a new store.
Oh, lovely. And during the lockdown, are you like servicing? Are you delivering or anything? I know you are giving cookie dough, right?
So we're giving the premixes, which out. We are sold out of those, so no more of those left.
Oh no.
Yeah, those went really fast because people just
Yeah.
wanted to. They bought like 10 boxes to keep at home because it doesn't get spoiled. It takes like its shelf life is 3 months. So
Yeah.
I guess they kept in. You can bake fresh cookies whenever you want. But we are also doing some of our standard cookies like Nutella sea salt. Actually, Nutella is also over. Eggless Nutella sea salt is there. Double chocolate chip is there. And our oats is there. So a lot of eggless stuff is there.
Is there. Yeah, so I can imagine. But anyway, let's move on to a little bit side of the business chat that I want to have with you.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you how you got started. Of course, social media is a very big thing. I know you're not very active. Are you very active now?
No, so back then I was super active because it was
Yeah.
a completely built on social media because it was
Yeah.
all tweeted and posted on Facebook that
Facebook.
when is the car coming and what time and which location and voting about which location people prefer. So everything was on Facebook and Twitter. Like I used to count the votes on my hand. Okay, so many people for Low Press, so many for Nepean Sea. Okay, I'm gonna send it to Nepean Sea Road. So
Wow.
yeah. So back then it was completely, totally built on social media. There was no ad spend. There was no boosting. There was no sponsored post because back then the algorithm was completely different. Whatever you posted,
Yeah.
people saw. Like it was like you get what you see sort of situation. So
Yeah.
it was amazing. I did not spend a single rupee on marketing back then. Even the publications, nothing. Everyone, like you posted and everyone saw it and it was amazing. Now, of course, I am not as active on social media with SHM. Personally, myself also, I'm not one of those people who can post all the time. I just, I can't do it. Plus, with the kids and all, it's just, I feel like that my
Tough.
phone is filled with photos only of them.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah.
So,
But is it
that
a very
thing
big part? Is it a very big part of the SHM, the growth of SHM social media? And do you
Yes.
make sure that at least somebody looks into that?
Yeah, of course. We have someone in house who does take care of social media because our target market are the younger, like 18 to 35, 40, that age group, and they are very active on social media. So we use that a lot to target the customers that we target.
Yeah. Okay. So what about PR? Because I know that a lot of people do ask me, and this is a question I ask on my live often. People say it's very expensive to spend on PR, firstly,
Right.
to hire an agency. It is important, but I think there comes a stage when it's like, okay, now I'm ready for PR. So what about you guys? How's it been for you?
So it's been, like I said before, it was very organic initially, just because the marketing strategy, Nano, everything was very different. And then once we opened the store, so there was a lot of buzz about that. And then, of course, with subsequent stores, everything came very organically. But recently, because of the funding and things like that, we did hire a PR team just so that we could get the word out in the right channels and the right places. So
most
that was
important part of it. Yeah.
Yes, that was very important for us. So we did hire a PR team more recently.
Okay, I'm going to come back, of course, to the funding and the investing part, because I think that's a big part of this. We've got a lot of questions. I'm going to quickly take them before people think I'm ignoring. So Gayatri Kilachan has been waiting for this chat since the morning. She's already messaged me saying, I can't wait to hear more about SHM. She says, how do you get the consistency right every time, especially the size, thickness, and etc., especially when you just started?
Okay, so this is very very interesting. Back when I started, it was very ad hoc. Like it was me and my one staff at home, and we used to be like, okay, this seems about the same size. Okay, this is how big we need it, and it was Bajaj oven. So listen, like you've seen the cookies. Like sometimes they used to be as big as plates. They used to be flat plate like papad. Sometimes they used to be a little. The taste was always there, and I, bless my fans and my customers. No one complained.
Yeah.
Everyone was just happy. So I was like, what? Like sometimes I sent out squares because in the oven it would just spread, and then I was like, oh shit, now I have to cut it up, and it was a square. But no one complained. Everyone enjoyed it. It was amazing. Now, of course, as soon as the store opened, we got a professional oven, which doesn't allow the air to go in and stuff like that. So once the store opened, we started weighing each cookie is a certain weightage, which is why each cookie is going to be the same size. Same weight, same thickness, because now everything has to be consistent. Now we can't have squares to be sold to people. Plus, if people come to the store, they see that cookies are different sizes, they'll be like, what's going on? And I want this one's bigger, this one's small. So yeah.
So I have to say that when Gayatri, you must know, when Neha started out, it was on a whim. She was willing to close it any day. She just wanted to see where this was going. But it was not like you were just doing it because people told you to. But I'm so happy that it continued. And of course, today you are where you are because it's one of the best brands. So I hope
you.
that answered your question. So next is Baba Couture. They ask, what advice do you wish someone had given you 7 years ago? This is a great question.
You know what? I feel like I've learned everything as I go. I don't think there's any advice that I wish I was given. I was given whatever advice I was given was amazing back then. You know, work hard. You have to put your head down and work, even if you're passionate about it. If you don't put in the effort, it's not going to go anywhere. And you know, just like, and of course, like, do what you love. See how it goes. Do not say no to anything just in your head. You know, unless you try it out, you have no idea what's going to happen. So, you know, all those sorts of things, like there were people who obviously also said, oh, it's not going to happen. Then you have to prove to them that, oh, no, you are wrong. I can't take this somewhere. So all that sort of advice was given to me. I can't think of anything right now that was given to, like, I can't think of anything that I should have gotten back then. You know,
I have to say that all the ingredients of your success, okay, let's say all the ingredients of your journey to success kind of fell in place also in a way, in a very nice way. Like, it's so nice to start 7 years ago when social media was organic. I mean, today you're like waiting for those likes as compared to when you're like, okay, let me count the poll, I'll go to Lower Parel today.
Yes. It was, I don't think it would have been possible to do that, to do what I did back then, to do it now. It's impossible.
I agree. Touch wood, your delicious cookies came at the right time.
At the right time.
So we have a question from Saurabh who says, how did you manage scale of operations at the store versus home baking?
So, like I said, my brother-in-law, Akash, he came back from his master's just as we were considering, just as we were looking to open the store.
Yeah.
So he came and he was very instrumental in opening the stores and the expansion and the operations business. It was all him. He actually was interested in the business side of things, unlike me, who was completely uninterested in the business side of things. So, you know, it gave me the freedom to do my product development, my R&D, work on the menu and the marketing part of thing. And I completely left the operations and expansion part to him, which was his specialty. You know, it was his forte. He could do that. So we worked very well in that sense, that we divided the labor, and he could focus on getting the scale and deliveries, etc. And I could just focus on getting out a good product. So that way was easily managed. I feel that the 2-person team is so important. And you know, especially with me, I was 8 months pregnant when I opened the Total Mill store. It was 8 months pregnant. So there was just no way I would have managed to do. With the I was 8 months pregnant with them.
Okay, wow. I didn't know that.
So it would not have been possible for me to have it on my own.
Yeah, that's true. So currently you have how many stores in Bombay?
So we have 10 stores in Bombay. 10 stores in Bombay.
Wow. Okay, that's great. So let's move on to what we spoke about earlier, the funding and the investment. Firstly, congratulations. That was a really big one. And I was most happy when I read it. I remember sending you a message because I've seen you from the time you started this brand. And honestly, it's a fabulous hard work story, you know, a story of real hard work. So tell me how that went about, and would you recommend, so you don't have to give us the details, of course, but I would love for you to touch upon like what stage you decided you needed this, because there are a lot of small business owners listening to this. And also, does everyone have to really go in for funding or investment, or can it be skipped?
Okay, so initially, of course, SHM started with the family investing in the business because, again, we wanted to see how it would go. We opened the first store and it was just like, okay, you've got the brand, you've got a following, let's open the first store, let's see how it goes. So when that picked up was when we actually considered the second, third, and so on and so forth. So initially it was family funded, and then luckily, touch wood, you know, the stores were doing well, so that we became more or less self-sufficient. But the thing is, when you are working at that scale, you don't have that much money, capital to play around with, really. Because at the end of the day, you're selling cookies which are 100, 150, 120 rupees. So how much money are you really going to be able to make to really experiment with the things that you want to do? We have, Akash and I have so many ideas, but you need actual capital to even work on those things. And, you know, we felt like we were really being stifled and held back, and we just couldn't do as much as we wanted to do. And that's when we realized, after opening a few stores, of course, that, you know, if we really want to go big, we need the funding. There's no way the family investment is going to do, you know. So we started looking into the process a couple of years ago, I think. And then, of course, again, Akash has done most of this, so I don't know the nitty-gritties of it. Like I said, hate numbers. Even now, he's
Yeah.
like, Bhabhi, look at it. I'm like, no, please, I'm not interested.
But
Don't
it's so
involve me
lucky
in
to
the
have
numbers.
someone like that, because I think that's really important, like you said, especially being a family member. It's
Family
not an
member,
external
exactly.
person. Yeah.
So the trust is just like, I don't even need
Yeah.
to like just eyes like closed. I'm like, do what you want. I know we're gonna do what's best for all of us. So just do what
Yeah.
you need to do. So of course he knows the details of this way more than I know the details. But I know we started working on it a couple years ago, and we got our pitch deck, worked with a couple of people. Then finally we settled on someone. A few months ago, and we did a couple of pitches. We pitched to Indian Angel Network, and anyway, so the pitch was sent out to a bunch of people,
Yeah.
and it was sent out to Aadar Poonawalla by a banker, and he's like, I have sent out a lot of pitches to Aadar Poonawalla, and I have never gotten a response, and this time for some reason with your pitch, I got
Meant
a
to be.
response.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we were like, wow, okay. And this
Yeah.
happened again when I was like, I just delivered my younger one, so it was like 2-3 months. He was just 2-3 months old, so if I couldn't go to Pune with Akash, because I just couldn't leave him, and I couldn't do such a long journey with him either.
Yeah.
So then he emailed, he said, okay, I want to meet in the my Pune office. So Akash went, met him. He liked Akash, he liked what he saw, and then he was like, okay, let's figure it out, let's talk, and like, let's figure it out and let's close it out. So it happened really quickly.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
That's
I
amazing.
think,
Yeah.
so the thing is, when you have a lot of things to try, and you know that you can become a success with the things that you will try out, I think that's a good time to go in
Yeah.
for funding. Because of course at the end of the day you are playing with someone else's money, so if you're not confident about what you're going to do, I would suggest don't play with someone else's money.
Yeah.
But if you know that you can do a lot of good, then definitely go in for the funding.
Okay, great. And congrats to you, because I know how hard you have worked on this brand. So that's amazing. Now tell me, with this time that we're all in, which is COVID-19, we don't know what's next, really. Even though
Right.
Swedish House Mafia is a brand, like my best friend orders one cookie, literally one cookie every 2 days. I'm like, what are you doing? That poor Skudzi guy comes with one cookie.
One cookie.
Yeah, but it's like they just want it every 2 days, because they know if they order more, it'll be over. So I know
Right.
social distancing is going to be a thing, and a lot of stuff is going to move to home.
Right.
So are you going to change your
Right.
experience in a way? Do you think that you'll do a lot more home deliveries, and will you, like your cookie dough, will it become much more popular?
So, we were already working on these things before this whole situation.
Okay, great.
We are already, our website was already being worked out, is currently being worked on for deliveries across the country. So we're trying to do a subscription model of sorts, where you can just log on and have like you're saying your friend who wants it every 2 days can probably just put the system that she wants a delivery every 2 days or every week or something, and that can be fed in. And so we're working on things like that. That's in the process right now, so that there is delivery across the country in either the next day or a couple of days after that, depending on the location you're at. So that is definitely one thing that's being worked on. Of course, we were planning on, with the funding, the plan was to aggressively expand a little bit more in cities like Delhi and Ahmedabad and everything. So now, of course, it won't be that aggressive, the expansion. Sorry, one second.
Too cute, Neha. They want to see what you're up to. It's very cute. They want to see what you're up to. Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Don't you want to see?
Okay, I'm sorry.
This is the sweetest. This is the sweetest.
Okay.
How sweet. I'll take someone's comment though. Divya's here before you. So in case you were being distracted, Divya from A Class Apart says, love SHM cookies. Such joy watching you grow, Neha, from AKA Bride. Oh.
Yeah, she was Gaurav's side wedding planner, so she's been there. she's also
through the journey. Oh wow, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So tell me.
Sorry, so what was I saying? Yeah, so we're not, of course, going to expand as aggressively as we were planning to before when we did get the money. We are still going to expand. Of course, we want to be in certain cities so that we can even service them easily, but not as aggressive. We were also already working on a retail model, in the sense that being on retail shelves, long shelf life, etc., etc. So we're already working on that. The premix, we already have one variety to go already. We just need to make it, all this FBAI compliance and all that thing.
Yeah.
And we were already working on another variety of that too. So all these things were already in the works
In the
before the lockdown. So I think we are pretty decently placed just because we were already working towards these sort of things.
Yeah, I think it'll be important, right? But I think the cookie dough, the start during the lockdown has been amazing. So whoever got their hands on it got lucky because
Yes. Now
keeping
we're
them
done.
going. Yeah, it's keeping them going. Someone's asking, is Chennai on the plan?
It is. But again, timelines now are all over
Now
the place.
you don't know, really. Yeah, you don't know. But okay, so tell me now. I mean, I love seeing your kids in this. I think this is the most, the cutest interview. But tell me what is your day like, a normal work day? Because now you have 2 kids and you're a full-time mom. So plus SHM. So how do you manage and how do you balance?
So, oh God, I feel like the day, like I said before, the day just goes. Mornings usually go with Dia, who y'all just saw her classwork, because she does have Zoom, just written homework, Zoom calls sometimes, not every day, but that goes, and submissions and also first half of the day goes in that. And then, of course, in the middle of that, I do want to try to spend some time with my son, Bichara. He's only 11 months, 10 months.
Yeah.
And I feel like, because of this lockdown, at least I'm getting to spend time with him, because otherwise I was just up and about the entire time. I barely spent any time with him. In fact, even being at home is much, it's so good for their bonding, because otherwise if she had school, she would be gone, she'd have classes, she would barely see him except for the weekend. So it's been very good for their relationship. So so in the morning the school work, afternoons would be some SHM stuff, and since we're taking orders, and again it's back to the nano days where I'm baking at home with my staff, we're packing up boxes, labeling everything.
Wow.
Because the kitchen's not open, right? So everything's going from home.
Yeah.
So between schoolwork and SHM, one is in the morning and one is in the afternoon. Then of course, in the evening, we're trying to teach Dia to cycle without her training wheels and do skating. So making the most of this lockdown to make her learn all those things. So go down to the garden or do a workout, and nights, of course, spent with the family, because we're eating our meals together. So we live in such
nice.
but the kitchen is the same. And of course, spending some time with Summer, like I said. And I'm nursing still, so the nights are also a little bit long.
Oh my God, Neha, wow. Hats off to you.
So like I say, and in the middle of there somewhere, maybe get an hour of downtime if I really manage. Like, oh my God, freedom for like an hour, which is what I'm saying. I'm not feeling this lockdown because I feel like I'm just like busy from morning to night. I barely get an hour to breathe.
Hats off to you. Hats off to you. It's not easy for sure. Yeah, thank you for giving me this time to even chat. I can imagine what it's
like. You
like.
can see how many times she's come in.
No, it's very cute. I think it's very cute. But they must be loving having you guys at home as well, and this time together. So the last 2 things that I want to ask you before I let you go is, one, have you been watching any webinars, reading any books, or or you don't have time?
I don't have time.
Okay.
Webinars and like reading books that will actually, like webinars where I actually need to focus is just not happening. Now when I switch on the TV or watch anything, it is literally to like not apply my brain, just to like edge and just be. So no, I'm not. The one book I've picked up is an Om Swami book about parenting. I've read 1 chapter.
Oh my God, okay, no.
I'm exhausted by the end of the night to even read.
Yeah, I can totally imagine. Now, the last thing before I leave you is, if you could just tell me any marketing tip that you feel has worked grow SHM from when you started to today. So it can be anything that you've done, events, any hoardings, advertisements, anything.
So we haven't really done any hoardings as such. Events, we did take part in a few initially, just because we were trying to build out the brand then. But now with having so many brick and mortar stores, it just doesn't make sense to take part in events, because people will they want to try.
It's the same thing.
They can't get things from otherwise. Like I said, we didn't really do any hoardings. Now more, of course, we're doing more workshops. So people are getting to know about SHM more through the workshops that I'm doing. Like we recently did an icing workshop at Soho House, and of course baking workshops that we've been doing. So advertising in that sense, really being more interactive on social media is
this is a great
just like being more having an open communication, chatting with people is a good way to actually get the word out there about your brand.
Okay, and before I leave you, I can't help but ask and tell you to tell us about the other brand that you have, which is Alchemy. I'd love for you to
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about what you do there, because I've been there and I love it.
Okay, so that is not me really. It's my husband Gaurav and my brother-in-law Akash. So both of them manage it. It's more my husband's baby really. So that is a wellness center. It has physio. It has sports masseuses. It has spa massage. It has a personal training. It has Pilates. It has bars. So it has all these different things. A nutritionist. So it's basically a holistic version of taking care of your body. So say you you have a pain in your back and you go into the physio. So the physio will talk to the trainer and be like, okay, I've worked on these parts of the back or this muscle. I need you to strengthen it with these sort of exercises. And then the trainer coordinates with the nutritionist, and basically it's just a holistic approach to wellness for your body, basically. You know, it all goes hand in hand, right? Eventually, like your physio and your training and your food intake, it all goes hand in hand. So
And this is at Marine Drive.
And this is at Marine Drive. So
Obviously closed right now, but
yeah, it's closed right now. They're hoping to open soon, but
Yeah.
because it is very personalized, it's very one-on-one. It's not a gym which has all those equipment. It's all functional training, and they really work on.
So social distancing is happening anyway.
Oh yeah. Because it's literally one person at a time, maximum two. The place is large, so the physical training part of it is fully social distancing. That helps.
Lovely.
And the spas and physio rooms are all again individual, so there's no issue like that.
I love how both the brands are exact opposite of each other. One is a full sugar, full overload, and one is a holistic healing.
Yes.
But that does happen. I have to say, it reads Amina wrote classic chocolate chip cookie, the best ever.
Thank you.
I completely
Thank
agree.
you.
And somebody says, so of course Sugair is here. Hi Sugair. She says, hi Neha and Shan. And the Baker Ninja says, nice to see the face behind the brand. I agree. And Sugair says, I want more cookies. Please send in the nano. And so Karina Adnani is a nutritionist and she's part of my network. She says, that's lovely. Would love to connect with Alchemy. I'll connect you, Karina.
Great.
Yeah, I'll connect you to Gaurav. That's a good idea. And someone says, double chocolate chip for the win. Hello, that's Sugair. Sugair, please.
That's her fave.
Yeah, mine is Nutella sea salt. So I'll take one last question from the audience. Art Owl says, don't you think social media marketing will give you more visibility and attention when we spoke about the marketing aspect?
Yes. No, of course it'll give us more visibility and attention. Like I said, it is our core. It targets the core segment that we work towards. So we do a lot on that. We do land up now. Unfortunately, we do have to boost and sponsor and do all that with our posts. But yeah, we do get good traction now when we do our campaigns on social media, because that is really the most apt way for us to get in touch with our customers.
Yeah. So Shikha Dandia, she's a stylist and part of our network. She says, mine too. I want the Nutella sea salt now. Oh God, don't we all? The best. So Sugair has a question. She says, okay, no, Sugair, I'm not asking that right now. I have a question from Van Gujral who says, how are D2C brands looking at the situation? As the logistics is shut, what measures have they thought of for the future?
So
brands like yours,
luckily right now, I mean, at least within the city, we do have a courier partner who is working on delivering whatever we are baking or whatever orders we're getting within the city. So deliveries are happening within the city. Going forward, depending on what modes and means we have to deliver, the delivery is going to be a strong part of our model, just because like you said before, like people are not going to be venturing out as much. It is going to be more home based and delivery based. So I think most of these aggregators are still functioning. You do have your Swiggy, Scoopsy, they're all still functioning to the best of their abilities with the restaurants who are being able to deliver.
They are really, yeah.
So going forward, I think they are in fact going to probably become stronger because of this. I mean, depends on how
this plays out
and how it plays out.
Because technically they are at risk at this point, and
Exactly.
they are doing a great job, but I think we have to wait and see. So
we have to.
So
wait.
yeah. So Sugair's question was, do the people who gifted you the nano get stock in Swedish House Market?
All my friends get stock in Swedish House.
All our friends, yeah. But Neha, thank you. You've been so amazing, so real, and I love that your daughter visited us in the chat. It was lovely having her.
Thank you.
You are exactly the same as when I met you the first time to how you are even though Swedish House Mafia has just gone places. So continue staying the same because you know how much I love SHM.
Yes.
And of course you. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
And I hope I see you. You're getting too many comments with hearts and sea salt cookies with heart eyes and thumbs up. So of course we all love SHM. And how does one order in the lockdown?
You know, should I share the number with you?
Share it with me. I'll put it up in my post. Yeah.
Yeah, let me do that. I'll share the post, or I can share the number of the post with you, and then maybe
Post
you
is
can
great.
share that.
Yeah, that'll be great. Thank you, Neha. See you soon.
Thank you for
Bye.
having me. Bye.
Bye.